Now, what we're going to be looking at here is the second chapter of the book of Exodus. All right, chapter chapter 2. Okay, verses 15. And I want to just stick at 15 for a minute because we're about to cover some very, very, very unknown, hidden things that is concerning the text. All right. All scripture is God breathed. Um, if you look in the second book of Samuel, first chapter, verses 17 through 18, you'll understand because this is a book that's been referenced by the Bible. And this is why I said in the in the second book of Samuel, first chapter, verses 17 through 18 in the Holy Bible. All right. King James, American Standard, doesn't matter. Hebrew, doesn't matter. All right. It's in there. And you'll see that I'm going to be reading from the book of Joshua concerning, the second chapter of Exodus, all right, in the Holy Bible, all right, verses 15. We want to stay at 15, though. Some things that we need to cover. So here we go. It's concerning Moses. Now, when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses. Why? Why did he sought to slay Moses? Because he heard that Moses had slayed an Egyptian. Okay? But watch this. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh. Okay? Let's just stop right there. Okay? How old was Moses when he fled away from the face of Pharaoh? Well, in the 72nd chapter, in the 22nd verse of the book of Joshua, the book that has been referenced by the Bible itself, okay? It says, and Moses was 18 years old, all right, when he fled from Egypt and from the presence of Pharaoh. And he fled and escaped to the camp of Cucanoos, which at that time was besieging Cush. And Moses was 9 years in the camp of Cucanoos, king of Cush, all the time that they were besieging Cush. And Moses went out and came in with them. And the king and princes and all the fighting men loved Moses, for he was great and worthy. His stature was like a noble lion, his face was like the sun, and his strength was like that of a lion. And he was counselor to the king. He was even a counselor to the king. So you see what's been going on. Now watch this. Now watch this now. I want to go ahead and just take you in a little drift. All right? And I'm going to be speaking this by faith right quick. After that, okay, he was 27, at 27 years old, right when Cucanoos, king of Cush, had died. They sought after another king, but they couldn't compare anybody else like unto Moses that would be like unto Moses. So they made Moses a king of Cush, of Ethiopia, and he ruled and reigned for 40 years. He started to rule and reign at the age of 27. See, but you don't really hear that. You know what I mean? You don't hear that. Okay? You can look that up right now. You can pull it up. Moses, king of Cush, or Moses, king of Ethiopia. It'll tell you he reigned for 40 years. I mean, this is historical events that happened and took place that are still capable of being looked up right now. All right? Now, and these are sacred texts, all right? And after his reign was over, okay? His 40-year reign was over. I mean, they had respect under Moses. They wouldn't slay him, but they sent him away with, honor and things like that. They had respect unto him, and they respected him, and they feared him because they knew that God was with him. You see what I'm saying? Mainly because now I'm gonna tell you a real, the real reason why Moses had got sent away is because see now the Ethiopian woman that wanted to have relations with Moses, Moses wasn't really feeling it. All right, because he had known about the commandment of God, concerning his people messing with certain people. I mean, it wasn't going down. So she had gotten into her in her feelings, and she had a son that had now just gotten old enough to be able to rule and reign. So that's how it all that's how Moses ended up being sent away, sent off, and yeah. So I mean, she tried to make a little her little comments about it, like he ain't even of our, you know, um, he not even of our people, and he's ruling and reigning, and you don't even what I mean. So I mean, at least my son is of our people, and he's old enough to rule and reign now. Like let him be king, and send him away. Concerning Moses. So they sent Moses away with great honor and things like that. Now, and then this is when in chapter 5, chapter 2 in the book of Exodus. I'm sorry, in the book of Exodus. I'm sorry, I can't believe but in the book of Exodus, second chapter, in the 15th verse. Okay. Now, when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses. Okay. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh. Now we know. Now we know. See? And then after all that we just heard about, okay, after he got sent away, and he dwelt in the land of Midian. See? This is after. Okay? And he sat down by a well. All right? Okay? Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock, and the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. Okay? And when they came to Ruel, their father, he said, "How is it that ye are come so soon today?" And they said, "An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and watered the flock." And he said unto his daughters, "And where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him that he may eat bread." But listen here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now, before Moses, had gotten content, all right, to dwell with the man, and even received Zipporah for his wife, Moses was confined and imprisoned for 10 years. And the woman that he married kept him fed for those 10 years that he was in prison. All right. And she convinced the father, her father, that Moses was still alive and still living. She already knew. Convinced him that if God was able to deliver so many from so much, then he would also be able to deliver Moses. Okay, so I mean, and then that's what happened. Okay, that's what happened. All right, and Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter. Now, the reason why I wanted to, go ahead and speak about this, because nobody is really speaking about it. No one. Like I said, you can look it up on the internet. How many years did Moses reign over Cush? It'll tell you 40 years. You can even put Moses was the king of Cush or king of Ethiopia. Boom. It'll show you that history. It's there. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that, but I really would like you to take the time and search this for yourselves. You know, uh, understand what I was saying.